Good evening, world. This is part one. Today, I promised Lord of the Rings fans that I'll continue my Lord of the Rings read along. So today, I'll be finishing chapter 6. I won't babble on for three parts. I'll actually finish chapter 6 of Lord of the Rings, which is what? I'll finish chapter 6, which is Lord of the Rings, uh, chapter 6, which is the Old Forest. I'll be finishing off chapter 6. So Frodo and them journey through the. J.R.R. Tolkien describes their journey through the forest. They wake up at Fenrir's house. Mary talks about the legends of the goblins and wolves living in the forest. How the trees move, which is obviously a symbolism of the Ents. You meet. He's obviously talking about the Ents. Sorry, he's talking about the Ents. In Two Towers, you meet Treebeard and his wife and some of the Ents. Mary and them go to his house and all that stuff. He has a house in the book. Treebeard actually has his own house and all that stuff. Whereas in the movie, you only meet Treebeard and the Ents. You don't meet his wife or any of that stuff. Peter Jackson cut that all out, obviously. Right? You meet all those people in what? In Two Towers. You meet all the Ents in Two Towers, obviously. So I'll be finishing off chapter 6. I only have a good 7 pages left. And I'll be done. I'm on page 153. I'm already pushing 153 pages in. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. 5.5 pages of reading, and I'm done chapter 6. And then we'll be going into the very interesting chapter, which is in the house of Tom Bombadil. That's where Merry, Pippin, Sam, and Frodo they meet Tom Bombadil and his wife, his hot wife, Goldberry. It's either his daughter or his wife. I don't remember. You meet Goldberry, which is Tom Bombadil's wife or his daughter. I don't remember. Looking at interesting chapter fans. So all you Lord of the Rings fans, sorry that I did not read Lord of the Rings yesterday. I didn't feel like reading it. I had a lot of things in my mind that I want to get out, hence why I babbled on for. Because sometimes when I babble, I get lost in time. Because when I speak, time stops. I get lost in time, and then sometimes I have so much stuff I want to say, and I'm like I don't feel like reading the book anymore. Hence why today I'll be finishing chapter 6, as promised. Right, I promised to finish chapter 6. So today I will be finishing chapter 6. Obviously, I'll be finishing chapter 6 as promised, obviously. Hope you guys enjoyed my video yesterday where I talked about 2 months. I thought it would be, even though I already made a video about the 2 months when me and my wife start Sky Source, I thought it would be cool to delve a little bit in depth for this video, my last video about the 2 months process of me and my wife starting Sky Source. We'll hire George Lucas, register. We have to do our documents. The documents are going to be really, really annoying, man. Hence why I'm going to hire someone to do all the documents for me, because I hate doing documents. Signing all these papers and all that stuff is really, really annoying. What I'll do is I'll hire someone to handle all that for me and my wife. He tells me and my wife what to do, and we just sign. Okay, Ivan, just sign the paper, do this. You hire someone to do all that for you. That way, me and my wife are not stressed out, obviously. Because especially for my wife, because my wife is American, she has to sign quite a few documents, obviously. For VJ to get her bank card, she has to pay a foreign fee for it. That might be a little complicated process, obviously. And at the same time, if she wants to drive a car, she needs to get a Canadian license, a British Columbia, Vancouver license. Which all she has to do is just sign some document and pay some fee. It's probably very pricey. If you're an American, you want to get a Canadian license, you probably have to pay a pricey fee, obviously, which is easily affordable if you're a billionaire, if you're a multi-billionaire. So the documents are the first thing me and my wife are going to have to do is do all the documents. We have to get that over with first. Register for our bank card. Register for our visa. Me and my wife don't even need a visa, but get a visa. I'll put a good, like, I don't know, 10 million in my visa. That's enough, because I'm barely going to be using my visa. It's good to have a visa to build your credit. So sometimes what I'll do is when I go to the restaurants and when I buy clothes, I'll use my visa and I'll pay off my visa with the money that I have in my bank. That way I build credit for them. That way me and my wife can build credit, obviously. Because VJ obviously has good credit because she's rich. I have horrible credit because I never really paid bills in my life. But once I'm a billionaire, it's good to build your credit. Hence why I'm gonna get a visa, and I'll put a good 10 million in the visa. The bank will gladly put 100 million in my visa, but I'm not gonna put $100 million in my visa. That's too much. I'll put a good 10 million and 10 to like 15, 20 million in my visa, and that's more than enough. As I'm barely gonna be using my visa, man. The only time I'll use my Visa is if I really have to, or if I want to build my credit. So if I want to build credit, I will gladly use my Visa sometimes. So me and my wife register for our Scotiabank debit card and our Visa. And I guarantee you the 17 are all going to go with Scotiabank. Because in America, in Canada, you have BMO. BMO is Bank of Montreal. You have TD Bank, which is Toronto Bank, obviously. You have what? You have CIBC Bank. Obviously, you have Royal Bank. You have a lot of banks. You also have Scotiabank, which is out. Scotiabank is Nova Scotia. I'm with Scotiabank, because Scotiabank, in my opinion, is the best bank. Because Scotiabank, you get what? You get points. Scotiabank, they give you you can order a scene card, and every time you purchase stuff, you get points on your scene card, and if you get like 1,000 points, you get a free movie at the theaters. I have like almost 4 free movies on my scene card right now. Hence why I'm a fan of Scotiabank. I used to be with TD Bank, but I like Scotiabank better than TD Bank. Hence why I'm sticking to Scotiabank. There's a good chance at 17. I'm going to recommend at 17. Look, if you want whatever bank you register, because the 17 are all going to be American. I'm going to tell the 17, look, I recommend you register with Scotiabank. You can get your free scene cards and watch a movie on theaters. There's a good chance the 17 are all gonna end up going with Scotiabank, because I region with Scotiabank. I'm gonna go with Scotiabank. Some of them might go with a different bank. Some of them might go with BMO or TD Bank, but there's a good chance they're all gonna go with Scotiabank, because me and my wife are signed on with Scotiabank, obviously, which is pretty cool. Obviously, so I'll babble on for 2 parts, and in this video I'll actually read the rest of chapter 6. I'm moving on to Tom Bombadil in my next video tomorrow. So I hope you Lord of the Rings fans enjoy my read along, obviously, which you guys are obviously enjoying it. It's so cool when Ivan reads Lord of the Rings, because he's bringing the world to life, and we get to see what we get to see Ivan bring the world to life when he reads the words on the page. And I'm already pushing 150 plus pages into the book. It's crazy. I remember when I first started reading the prologue, and now I'm more than halfway through book 1, man. It's crazy. I started about a month ago, and now I'm pushing chapter 7 of book 1. So by mid-October, by the 3rd week of October, I should be done my read-along. Once I finish my read-along, I might pump on a few more side videos, talk about something else. I'm done making videos with my board because all my markers ran out. But there's a good chance I'll pump out a few side videos. Right before my final announcement, I'll be pumping out a few side videos, obviously. Excuse the noises. My stepfamily's upstairs. You might hear some noise upstairs. You have to excuse the noises. I'm used to making videos during the day now. But for my Swimming the Sharks video, I'll make that video late at night. I'll make it late at night. You're looking in a couple days from now, I'll be making that Swim with the Sharks video. Either September 30th when I get my last check, or maybe early for October 1st or 2nd, I'll make that Swim with the Sharks video. You're looking at a very interesting video. I'm going to babble on I want to show you guys pictures, as usual. I want to show you guys pictures for that video of my luxury, what kind of condo I'm going to build. You guys already get an idea what I'm talking about. You listen to Top Notch. What kind of condo I'm going to build. I'm going to have a high-end, luxurious 100 million rooftop condo. Go watch the movie. Go watch Iron Man. You know Tony Stark? You know how Tony Stark has an unheard of, like, Tony Stark owns, like, what? He owns, like, a $100+ million house. He's a multi-billionaire. You know how his house is high-tech, top-notch? Think of something like that for my condo. You're looking at something high. Automatic doors. I'm also going to have automatic doors. The layout for my condo is this, okay? Me and my wife in terms of how I want the interior to look like, I don't know. I've shown you many pictures. I'm a fan of that glass window look. Me and VJ are going to have to talk it over what design we want. I'm going to tell VJ, look, we can talk it over, but I don't want the traditional look. I want the luxury look for the condo. I want my condo to have a luxury look. And I wanted that glass window look. I like that design. I like the futuristic look, but I don't want it to be too futuristic. Too futuristic where everything is white. I don't like that. I like that glass window look that I showed you. The look when you see the glass window. I like that look. Me and VJ are going to have to talk it over what kind of design. VJ is obviously for the luxury look, as luxury look is better than traditional look. I'm not a fan of that carpet traditional look. I want the luxury look for the condo, obviously. So layout of my condo, I'm putting 100 million. I might put a bit more. I might even put a good 115, 120 million towards the condo. But my point is, I'm going to go around that $100 million range. I'm not going to put 200 million towards a condo. Otherwise, you're just wasting money. Me and my wife can easily put more money into the condo, but the moment you do that, you're just wasting money. 100 million is more than enough towards a condo. So the layout of my condo will be, I have my garage. Obviously, I have my nice luxurious garage. Remember, I showed you that picture. In my clarification video, I showed you that picture. I want my garage to be something like that, like something high tech like that. That's what we want. So we have our garage door, we have this remote control and also the code. We press this control, and the remote control, and then the garage door opens, and that's where me and my wife park our cars. I'll have my garage have enough room for a good 4 cars. I'm not gonna build a huge garage. No, I'm gonna tell the guys, look, I only want my garage to fit a good like 4 cars. That way, me and my wife can only buy 2 cars at a time, at least 2 cars at a time. As I'm not a fan of buying like 10 cars, just leasing 10 cars is just wasting money. I'm gonna tell Victoria Justice, I don't want you leasing like 5 cars because you're not gonna drive half your fucking cars. Let's lease 2 cars at a time. Lease the cars, don't buy them. Lease cars for what? You might hear some noise. It's my stepfamily. Make sure you lease your cars. Don't buy your cars. You have to lease your cars, obviously. I'm going to get my first set of cars. I'm going to get a Ferrari, and I'm going to get my own Jeep for the winter. So my Jeep will be used for the winter. For what? For winter and spring. And then my Ferrari, I'll drive it in the fall and the summertime. And VJ can get whatever car she wants. VJ might get a Porsche. She might even get a Lambo. But I guarantee you she's most likely going to get a Benz. She's most likely going to get a Benz because women are into those cars. Women are into Benzes, BMWs, Lexus, all that stuff. They're into those cars. They're not really into Porsches. Women. Porsche's a sports car. Men are into sports cars. Women are not really into Lambos and Porsches. Some women get Lambos and Porsches, but most women get like Mercedes Benz, BMWs. Like that. I guarantee you VJ's going to get a Benz or like a BMW. So the layout of my condo, I'm going to tell VJ, we lease our cars, we don't buy our cars, that way you don't waste money. We can lease our car for a good 4 years, 4 years. And we can lease our cars for each movie project. After each movie project, me and my wife can get a new set of cars. No, we don't waste money. And I don't want VJ going overboard with her clothes. I don't want VJ going overboard with her clothes. I'm gonna tell her you can get like for the clothes. I don't want to go. Don't get any more than like 50 clothes, man. Any more than 50 clothes, you're now wasting money. 50 clothes, 60 clothes is enough. I don't want her getting like 200, 500 clothes. No, you're just wasting money. Get a good like I don't know, 25 pair of pants, 30 pair of pants, 35 pair of shirts, 10, 12 pair of shoes, 10 pair of suits, and that's enough. I don't want you getting 50 suits. I don't want you getting 300 shoes. I don't want you to know. Get a good 12 pair of shoes. That's enough. 10 suits and get a good 30 pair of pants, 30 pair of shirts. That's enough. Because I don't want VJ going overboard with the clothes. As these celebrities waste so much money, man. You see their closets. They have like 300 shoes, 50 suits, 1,000 clothes. I'm like, how much of those clothes are you just wearing? You're just wasting money. Hence why I don't want VJ wasting money like that. Get whatever clothes you want. Go to a top-notch store. Get whatever clothes you want. It's your money. But I don't want you going overboard. Even though it's VJ's money, I'm gonna be very strict. Look, I don't want us being stupid with our money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want us going overboard with our spending. Even though it's pocket change, I don't want you going overboard with your clothes. Don't go overboard with your clothes, and don't go overboard with your shoes. Don't go overboard with your perfume too. I don't want you getting like 100 perfumes. No, get a good, I don't know, five set of perfume, and that's enough. Pick a good five good perfume sets. You can use that for your perfume. Obviously, I'm gonna buy a good five cologne sets. That's it. I'm not gonna get like 100 cologne sets. You're just wasting money. These celebrities, they get like 20 cologne sets, 30 cologne sets. They get like 200 shoes. They just waste so much money. Me, I'm gonna get a good like 5 set of cologne. That's more than enough. That can last you like 1 or 2 years. 5 set of cologne, that kind of stuff. That way you don't waste money, obviously. So the layout, you might hear the noise because my stepfamily is talking. They're not my real family, but they're my stepfamily's upstairs. You might hear some my stepfamily talking. So the layout for my condo, I want to have what? So I want my condo to be, first things first, I want my luxury rooftop condo to be in downtown Vancouver. Worst comes to worst, if the real estate agent finds me a building that's not downtown Vancouver, it's all good. But I want my condo to be in downtown Vancouver because I want the whole view of Vancouver, obviously. I want it built on a high rise building on top of the roof. That's very, very complex, hence why you have to hire good architects to design your condo, obviously. I'm gonna tell the real estate agent, look, I want my condo built on top. I want a rooftop condo on top of the roof. It's very complex, obviously, but I want it. It's a dream of mine. Ever since I saw Blade, I always wanted to have my own rooftop condo. I don't want to buy a mansion, and I don't want to what? I don't want to buy a mansion. I'm not a fan of mansions. I don't want to buy some huge mansion. No, I want to build. I don't want to buy an existing condo. No, I want to build my condo from scratch, the way I have it built, the way I want it, on top of the roof in Vancouver. It wasn't that much. And Vancouver is a fucking beautiful city. Victoria Justice will love Vancouver, man. And Vancouver is more beautiful than Los Angeles, New York. So the layout of my condo, I want to have you have the only way to get in. The only way to enter my condo is through the garage. So you have a garage door. You have a building. Then you have this garage door, and me and my wife have this remote control. Press the control, the garage door opens. There's two ways to open the garage door. Either you press the remote and the garage door opens, or you type in the code, just in case we lose the controller. You type in the code and the garage door opens. And once you enter the garage, you have this luxury. Once the door opens, you have this luxury garage. Again, I showed you pictures of how top notch of a garage me and my wife are gonna own. My stepbrother is talking. You might hear him. Excuse the noise if you hear the noise. So that's my idea for what? For the luxury garage. So the garage door will open, and then what? And then once the garage opens, you get this nice luxury look. Again, I showed you that picture in my clarification video of how top notch of a garage my wife are gonna have. You're looking at a nice garage like that. I want my garage to be something like that. And then in the garage, you have this elevator that takes me and my wife up to the rooftop condo. This one time, a high tech elevator. I'm gonna put money into a high tech elevator. I might do a thing while I have escalators. I have my garage, then I have these escalators that go up, and the escalator takes you to the garage, to the elevator. So you have your garage, and you have these escalators. And the escalators takes you to the elevator. And once you go in the elevator, you have this GPS going up to your luxury rooftop condo, and then the elevator takes me and my wife up to the rooftop condo. Looking at something top notch, right? And then once the elevator goes to the rooftop condo, once the elevator goes to the rooftop condo, once the elevator arrives on top of the rooftop condo, when you walk in, you have the kitchen. I don't want to put too much money towards the kitchen because I don't want to waste money. Because I know me and my wife are barely going to be using the kitchen. Me and my wife are going to be what? Me and my wife are going to be going out a lot. Hence why I don't want to put that. I want a nice kitchen, but I don't want to put that much money into a kitchen. The kitchen I want it to be simple. I have a small fridge, one cupboard is enough. A few plates and glasses, that's enough. You have a sink where you wash dishes, and you have a small little island table, and you have the stove where we cook the food, and that's it. Because I don't want to put too much money towards the kitchen, because I don't want to what? I don't want to waste money, man. Because I know me and my wife are barely gonna be shopping for food, man. It's really, I'm only gonna have a few things in my fridge for food, and that's it, man. The only thing I'm gonna have in my fridge, I'm gonna have like beer. I might have a cheesecake, maybe I don't know, strudels for breakfast, some eggs, maybe some toast, and like maybe I don't know, maybe a box of pogo or something like that, or like burgers, and that's it, man. I'm not gonna put that much money towards maybe some chips in the cup. Put some chips in the cupboard. I'm gonna have my own. I might have my own liquor collection. I might buy a bunch of liquor, and I'll use the liquor to pour. Use the liquor to pour. Use the liquor to pour what? I can have some liquor in my cupboard. Not a huge collection, but a lot. I'll have a few liquor, a few sets of liquor in my cupboard. That's it. So you walk in, I don't know, you see the kitchen, you see the luxury living room. That's where I'm gonna have my nice TV, my big screen TV. That's where I'll watch TV. Luxurious living room, obviously. And you have the huge terrace outside, a huge nice terrace outside, and then you have a bathroom downstairs, obviously, and you have this room that leads to my pool, and jacuzzi room, and you have another room that leads to my private IMAX theater room. And you have upstairs, you have one room. One room's enough. One room is where my wife will be sleeping. And then we have another room that leads to the gym. And that's pretty much my condo amount. So it's not going to be a huge condo, but it's like top notch, luxurious, top notch quality condo. I don't want my condo to be too big. And that's the layout of my condo pretty much. And I have a bathroom upstairs too, where me and my wife. So we have a bathroom downstairs. We have a bathroom upstairs. We have a room that leads to the pool room, the private IMAX room, as well as jacuzzi room. And we also have our terrace outside. We also have our luxurious living room, and we also have the kitchen, our bathroom downstairs, and that's pretty much it. So it'll be a pretty big condo, but it's not a house. I don't want to live in a house. As two people living in a house are just wasting money. There's some people who buy like a huge house. Some celebrities, they buy like huge houses when it's already like them and two people living there. They just waste money. I'm not gonna buy a house that has like 10 rooms. No, I want to have my own condo. I'm not a fan of houses. I want to have my own condo, obviously. And those actors are going to, you're looking at something high tech. Those actors are going to get to see my condo. You guys will see my condo in the dark, but you guys are not going to, the difference between you guys and the actors, you guys will get to see my condo, but the actors are actually going to get to party out my condo. They're going to get to experience my 100 million rooftop condo. It looks something high tech. And they're all going to brag, yeah, man, I've been to Ivan's condo. Ivan owns this top high-end condo. He owns this unheard of amazing condo, man. He owns this nice fucking crib. You know what I'm saying? The actors not only experience my luxury jet, yeah, Ivan owns this nice private jet. They get to experience my private jet. They get to experience my luxury office, which is a high tech office. They also get to experience my what? They get to experience my private. They get to experience me and my wife's 100 million luxurious rooftop condo, man. This one top notch. They also get to experience my luxury yacht. Because me and my wife are gonna own a nice like 35. Yeah, Ivan owns this nice like $35 million this top high end yacht, man. We did tables in his yacht. Ivan spoiled the share of us. We partied up in his yacht. We partied up in his condo. We partied up in his jet. Because that's all top notch of what? Of a life me and my wife are gonna be living, man. I thought it'd be cool to talk about my rooftop condo for this video. So yesterday I talked about the 2 months. Today I talked about my rooftop condo, obviously. Hence why my Skysters Entertainment Company will be the best brand in the entertainment business. It'll be a better company than Disney Film Studios, Warner Bros, Paramount. You might hear my what? You might hear my step family talking because there's someone's downstairs. So you have to excuse the noise. So hence why I prefer to make videos during that nighttime because you don't hear any noise. Whereas during the day you might hear some noise. Right? Hence why Sky Source would be what? The best brand in the entertainment business, better than Disney Film Studios, Warner Bros, Universal, Paramount. You guys think I'm crazy now, but look, man, you know I have the keys. You know I wrote the best book ever. I just went over 10 pages of my book. I'm almost done volume 2. I've been slacking off a lot, but sometime out, October 10th, around there, I'll be done going over my whole book, fixing up the typos. And then once I go over the book, my book is now officially to be released on Lulu, and all I have to do is pay this fee. I have the keys, hence I can make my billions. Even though the keys are really annoying and they piss me off a lot because I don't agree with my mind. Because I have the keys, I'm able to make my billions for me and my wife. And because I wrote the best fantasy novel ever, me and my wife are going to be multi-billionaires, obviously. And once I pay this fee and I made my billions, I'm going to take my year off and I'm going to start my Skysters Entertainment Company. Looking at the best brand. Hence why all you Hollywood celebrities, all the Hollywood actors are all excited because they know, oh my god, like, Ivan's really gonna start Sky Source. You guys can see the future. You know how much of a company I'm gonna own. Oh my god, Ivan's really gonna start Sky Source. He's really gonna be what? He's really gonna be starting Sky Source and making a big budget movie. Whereas every actor's dream is to be in Hollywood and be signed by the Big Five. But the ultimate dream is to be signed by Sky Source and be in an Ivan and VJ movie, as that's everyone's dream. To be in a movie, act alongside God in a movie, worldwide crazy buzz is every actor's dream, obviously. That's why all these Hollywood actors are all excited. You guys are obviously excited for my Skystars company, obviously. My Skystars Entertainment Company that I'm going to own. Looking at an amazing company, man. Something high tech. Something better than all these big Hollywood companies. You're looking at a top-notch company, man. Hence why everyone who works for my company will beg. All the crewmen are going to beg. The crewmen are going to beg because they know Skystars is better than Hollywood. They also know that I paid them a fucking rich salary. As in Hollywood, the crewmen are never going to make $100,000. The only people who can make $150,000 are like the special effects people and like some of the supervisors. Like some of them can bargain for $150,000, but everyone else they all get like 30K, man, in Hollywood, because Hollywood can't afford to pay them. And that's why a lot of the crewmen are also gonna beg money to sign them, because they know when they go back to Hollywood they're gonna go back to getting shitty money, which is 30K, 40K. Whereas for Ivan's company, he paid me $150,000, which is a nice fucking paycheck. With that money, you can buy a nice house, you can buy a nice car, a used car, you can go on a nice vacation. You feed your family for a good year and a half. It's enough to last you for a year and a half. Do good things with that money. Hence why the crewmen are all gonna beg. Plus, I gave you a $2,000 gift card. That's why the crewmen are all gonna beg me to be signed. This is crazy. I told you for the organizational movie, I only need to get like 600, 700 crewmen for that. Whereas for Zaya, you're looking at 1,500 crewmen, obviously. And I told you, worst comes to worst, if I end up needing like 2,000 crewmen, I'm gonna have to cut their paycheck in half. Instead of paying them $150,000, I'll pay them like 75, 80 grand, which is still nice, as we're never gonna make that in Hollywood, obviously. So worst comes to worst, if I end up needing 2,000 crewmen, I won't be able to afford to pay them all 1K. I have to cut their paycheck down to $80,000. And the supervisors, I'll pay them like 120, 30,000. Because I won't be able to afford to pay them all that. But 1,500 crewmen should be enough. For me to pay everyone $150,000 and $2,000, the maximum amount of crewmen I can have is like 1,500 crewmen. And so I'm going to have to find a way to make it work for 1,500 crewmen, which should be enough. 1,500 crewmen should be enough for my Last of Us movie. It should be enough. As long as you have them, as long as you give them a lot of time. If I give them a year to build all the sets, it's more than enough time. As long as you give them a lot of time, 1,500 crewmen is enough. That way I can pay them all $150,000 and they can make their money. See. 26 minutes here. Almost done part one. Yeah, man, that's how top notch of a staff for this company me and my wife are going to have. You're looking at something top notch, man. And after this video, I'm going to take a shower, go to the store, get a pack of smokes, come back, enjoy the show. And I might watch some games online. Usually after I watch my videos, I watch games, and after that I go to bed. Around 3, 4, 5, I get tired and I go to bed. I'm going to get to enjoy the show, obviously. As my videos are all fucking interesting, obviously. Right? And once I make that Swim with Sharks video, I'm going to be very, very strict. No Hollywood actor is getting a piece of me and my royalties. You know what? What I'll do is I'll give the actors, all the actors features for the posters, they get a $250,000 royalty check. I'll do that for them. So what I'll do is the actors get the $250,000 royalty check for the poster sales. So because me and my wife are gonna make like, I don't know, $1 billion of the posters. It doesn't hurt to give them something. All the actors who are featured, only the actors who are featured, only the actors who are featured in the posters, the main ones, they get their $250,000 royalty check for the posters, for the poster sales, which is nice. And then they get $250,000 royalty check for the re-releases. That's my deal. So you get your flat salary, you get $250,000 royalty check for the posters, the major characters, and you get your $250,000 royalty check for the re-releases. That's my deal, which is good. So because I know me and my wife are gonna make like $1 billion of the posters. It doesn't hurt to pay the actors something. Pay them a nice $250,000 royalty check for the posters. Obviously. So you get $250,000 for the poster sales, right? So because me and my wife are gonna make like $1 billion of the posters, so you give them a $250,000 royalty check for the posters. So 0.2% is going to the actors for the posters, which is nothing. And me and my wife still make our 60%. Give them a nice $250,000 royalty check for the posters. Considering they're going to be featured on your posters, you have to pay them something. I'll pay the actors a royalty check for the poster sales. $250,000. They get a $250,000 royalty check. So whenever the posters are ready for sale, the Amazon is going to have to send the actors to $250,000. I'm going to tell Amazon, look, the actors are getting $250,000 for the royalty check for all the posters, for the poster sales. So for all the poster sales, the actors get the $250,000 royalty check, and they get the $250,000 royalty check for the re-releases, which is a nice deal, obviously. So for me, for the posters, you also get a $250,000 royalty check, which is nice. Considering they're featured on the posters with you, you can pay them a $250,000 royalty check for the posters, which is nice, obviously. Considering you and your wife are going to make like $800 million, $1 billion of the posters, pay the actors $250,000 for the posters, which is nice, obviously. And they get their flat salary for production, which is nice. That's my deal. I'm not going to go with. So you get your $2,000 royalty check for the posters if you're a major character, and then you get your $2,000 royalty check for the re-release for all the re-releases, and you get your flat salary. That's my deal. As you're not, but no one's getting a piece of the movie sales. The movie sales, no man. No actor's getting a piece of royalties, and no actor is worth you and your rights royalties. I'm gonna keep saying that. No actor is worth you and your rights royalties. With the exception of the posters, I'll pay them $250,000. Right. As I told you, there's a good chance these Hollywood actors, their agents are going to try and get a piece of the royalties. They're going to try and get 0.2, 0.3. Because 0.3% is like $40 million. 0.5% is 0.4% is like $50 million. 0.6% is like $65 million, $70 million. They're going to try and get like $60 million is like 0.5%. Actors are going to try and get a piece of the royalties. And that's why I'm going to be very strict. You're not getting a piece of the royalties. For what? For the movie sales. I'm paying your flat salary. If you're not happy with the money I'm paying you, you're more than welcome to go to Hollywood and make your dirty millions and go back to being a dirty slave. You don't want your free 40 million, your free 38 million, your free 30 million, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, 31 million. You're more than welcome to go back to Hollywood being a dirty slave, and I'll cast someone else. You can ban the project. I'll cast someone else. You'll go back to being the side tension, and you won't be saved. You'll be left behind. So for the big A's actors, I'm willing to give them they get their $2,000 for the royalty check for the posters, and they get their $2,000 royalty check for the releases too. Obviously, all the main actors for all movies get $2,000 royalty check for the posters. Only the ones who are featured on the posters. The ones who are not featured don't get any money. The ones who are featured get their $250,000 royalty check for the poster sales, and then they get $2,000 royalty check for the release. That's it. That's the only back end deal you're getting. With everything else, the movie sales, you're not getting a dime, zero. You're not getting a piece of the royalties for the movie sales, as no one around the world is working rights royalties. Because don't forget, the actors are signing their contract for the movie. Me and my wife are also me and my wife and Amazon are signing. Me and my wife are signing our own contract too. Me and my wife are signing our 60% of the profits. Our contract with Amazon, we get 60% of the profits for the movie, and Amazon gets 40% of the profits for the movie. They get a flat 40% of the profits of the movies of the profits. And me and my wife get a flat 60% of the profits. It's me and my wife are. It's not just the actors who are signing contracts. Me and my wife are also signing our own contracts. We're gonna be the leads in all our movies. We're gonna be signing our own contracts for the movie too, obviously. And I'm gonna be very strict. You get a flat 40% Amazon. I get a flat 60%. You're not getting any more than 40% of the profits. I'm gonna shut my camera off here.